man. It's bad, man. But speaking of a wild boy, the Game drops DRILLMATIC Heart versus the Mind. 30 songs. I think it was 31 initially, but Nipsey Hussle got pulled off of it, and who knows? I guess his estate pulled him off of it. I don't think the paperwork was right. So that's a little bit of drama going into that. Also, you got a little bit of drama with him doing the 10-minute diss. Prez, where do we start with this
so
album?
Because I got a lot to say. For track, because there's a lot to say on here, and I think it kind of, Game deserves like the track by track breakdown. Some good, some bad. Overall, 30 songs, an hour and 55 fucking minutes, bro. Like,
wow.
God damn, this shit's long.
Yeah, I could. For one, Prez, my issue with this particular joint is I wasn't checking for Game to drop an album, right? Even though I knew it was coming, he did all the Drink Champs a couple months ago to lead up to it. Nothing really kind of came from it, with him doing all these interviews. I still wasn't like, I need a Game album. That's where I was. So for you to drop 30 joints, like, what's happening with his camp, man? Like, you think it's a money grab? We're trying to get out of a contract, or we can get into that later, man. We can start by really just judging the music.
Cash. All I know is like, bro, is this a damn movie? Like, because that's movie time right there. Like, that's not an album time, and I don't know how you expect somebody to just like ain't got no drive. That's like, unless I'm going on vacation, that's 2 hours long to get back and forth to work. Like, so when I'm supposed to really sit back and enjoy this album, you know what I mean? It was too much at once, you know what I mean? Just compilation type shit.
Trying to grab all the different genres. This is before I've said Game is a chameleon, right? He can get with any style, do anything, get with, current with the time, similar to a Kiss, similar to Fab. Jay, a lot of people update their profile and just kind of get with the times. They don't try to beat the times, but they can get with it, and they're that talented. So that's what I've always said about Game, regardless of his antics. I mean, as a person, I don't know him personally as a person, but the antics and all of that he shows, I probably wouldn't want to have a drink with him and kick it with him. You know what I mean? And might not be my type of guy. But as a rapper and putting out projects, I gotta say, I've liked majority of his projects. This is probably the first one where I'm like, bro, I can't do it, man. I condensed this joint to 11 songs.
Yeah, and that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. It's going to be one of those playlists. There's no way there's no way that he can actually think that 30 songs everybody was going to love. Like, come on, man, do a little bit of curation. And like you're saying, if you was trying to get out of contract, okay, but I mean, like this is bad.
Ridiculous. It's not a good album. You know what I mean? It's not well put together. It just seems like a random collection of songs that are not focused for the most part. We're gonna get into a
little bit of these songs on here where like he kind of just had me kind of checked out because of the theme that he was going for, something that he probably said in the track or things like that. So let's go ahead and start. Let's go with track number 1, Cash, One Time, featuring Ice-T. Had a slightly had the Colors homage like beat type in the background. So initially starting off, I'm like, okay, I can get with this. A little bit older type beat. You kind of flipping it right outside of our range, like when we really like enjoying like music as for our age, same age around about where Game is gonna be at. So
yep.
Not really our teenage years were like a slightly before that type of music and everything, but we know of it and we appreciate the song. It's still one of those classics that you kind of heard. But my how I'm attached to it, my attachment to it really ain't there. You know what I mean?
No, especially as an intro.
I could take it as the homage and I could take it for what it is and keep it moving, right? What did you think on it?
I ain't fucking with it. I mean, I wasn't fucking with that at all. Like, it's a bad intro. Again, this just let me know that he ain't trying to set no tone. He ain't trying to really get to it. You know what I mean? There's no tone in this whatsoever. It's just like, I mean, it's a song. It didn't do nothing. It did absolutely nothing for me as an intro to a song. And intros to albums are so important to me as far as tone setters. So I'm not giving them a pass on this one. I wasn't fucking with it. It's not even on my final version. That's it. That's how I feel about the first song.
Well, I liked it. It's on my final version. Then he come up with Easy featuring Kanye West.
It's more like it. That's more like it.
Easy homage on there again. Now I'm starting to think, okay, is each one of these songs going to be like a little homage, like got that type of beat in it, or are you going to utilize that a lot? Can't really tell. I didn't really, I get this one. This one's been done a lot though, the Easy. I'd have heard it done better. Didn't really kind of feel this one. It's off to the side for me. You saying you like this one? So
no, I like this one from the time. From the time it dropped a couple, months, damn near a year ago, right? Because it was probably around last fall where we heard this with him working with Ye, where they have it like
dropped the Pete Davidson.
Yeah, right. The Pete Davidson line, and ironically, they're not together anymore. And Pete done checked himself into rehab. I don't know, man. Mental institution. Hopefully, he's doing well.
He had a son.
Yeah. Right.
Don't come back at 50 complaining about it, saying you still caught up with it.
True. But yeah, I liked it. I liked it then, and I like it now. You know what I mean? So that song was, Kanye kind of getting back to what Kanye does. But again, this was a bunch of people, Hit Boy, Kanye, Mike Dean. A lot of people had their hands in this one, but I liked the second song.
Okay. Now you had number 3, Burning Checks featuring Fabio Foreign. Got that New York drill music with it. This was, finally getting a little variation. Ain't got like the homage type beat. This got his own sound. I liked it. Like you saying, Game can be a chameleon on the track. He fit right in with Fabio. They carried the song very well. Liked it. It's in there. I really like the hook and everything. So this gets in my playlist. So I got number 1 and number 3 so far.
Yeah, this doesn't make my playlist. I like Fabio, and I like the drill sound is starting to grow on me. But we're just listening to a lot of the more current guys doing that version, and Fabio sounding a lot better on other similar type style beats. Like this to me was like a letdown, you know what I mean, in terms of collaboration. Of course, it's a chasing it, you know what I mean, as far as the sound. Either you're going to nail it or you're not. Recent people that have been out of the game and we haven't really been checking for, but came back and did it right. I think Nicki Minaj did something similar to this when she came back to a drill sound, but she sounded good on it. You know what I mean? Game did what he did. He didn't sound like he was out of place. It was just like overall, I was like, man, this ain't something I'm probably going to return to. So I wasn't rocking it. So for me, he 1 for 3 so far, and neither one of those made it to the final playlist.
Well, I got 1 and 3 on mine. Number 4, Voodoo featuring Boa QG. I don't know how to say his name, whatever. But it was a surprise one. I like this. I like this one. So this is another one that's getting added to it. Definitely, stepping away. Ain't got none of the homage sounds on there. Something different, fits with the artist that I ain't never really heard of, and kind of makes me like the whole vibe and everything of the album. So yeah.
Yeah, for me, man, I really wasn't feeling the hook on that one. Yeah, it's a new artist and he bringing a new sound, but I wasn't really rocking with the hook. I wasn't rocking with the song at all. So this was like a skip. I didn't even make it through this one. I just went right on to the next one. If I'm being totally honest.
The next one, speaking of the next one, number 5, Home Invasion. I don't know why he's doing that sped up double time type rapping that kind of that space that he kind of lives in. You see Logic, them, those people who, I done talked about those rappers who try to kind of come in and trying to show they got some diversity to it, like, and they doing those type of things. But later on in the album, we already talked about it. He had the Eminem Diss, and then hearing this, I'm like, well, how you gonna have an Eminem Diss like in an Eminem homage type song, like on the same track? I know M don't own that style, but I mean that's kind of like how I can picture him on that song like all day, and doing it, and it really wasn't. It's talking about LA, but I mean not really, and it's just like kind of just. I didn't like this one at all,
brother. I echo your sentiments. I don't got nothing great to say about this song. Yeah, I got got nothing. Got nothing for you, man. I didn't like the flow. I didn't like how he just, again, man, it just seems like he got nothing to rap about on this project so far. And that's what he's doing on this song in particular, just not really rapping about nothing.
It was highlighting the skill and you know how you can kind of, like I said, you know how they try to diversify and just showing you like where, like I said, you know, speeding it up and like, oh, look at my range and all this, but it's other rappers who come out and do these type of things, but they still have like a good story to tell, sounds better, even when they're trying to say they're the elevated rapper, you know what I mean? They do it a lot better, and that's going to come up later in one that we talked about, the Black Thought Danger Mouse. Like, so if you're trying to imitate that, then no, there's somebody better than you who dropped this week, and I'm going to go to them for that, you know what I mean? Like, Game, you're
be consistent throughout.
You're not top 5. You're not top 5 in my book, so I'm like, even though I know you can do things, but this is an album. I'm not asking you to sit here and battle somebody, or you know what I mean, or you saying you better than this rapper. I'm not here for that. Go find your little avenue for that. If you're gonna give me 30 damn songs, this is a damn album. Make me enjoy the damn album, not your freestyle or how you can actually, like, you know, do these things different than that. Like,
we know you can rap. We know you can rap, but can you give us a package? You know what I mean? But just moving on, man. Like,
moving on. All right, Op with featuring Young Boy NBA. Didn't like it. Didn't like the hook.
Skip that.
Skip it. I ain't really got nothing. Outside featuring YG. Didn't really like
too.
it as well. Don't really have nothing else to say. It just wasn't the song I was feeling. La La Land, we're back to the little homage type beat. You got Rex and Effects. And was this the one where he was talking? Yeah, this is the one where he's telling you all the different signs with the hats and stuff like this. I'm like,
I don't care.
Okay, bro. Yeah,
I don't care. I mean,
I can go to YouTube. They'll break that down all day for me. Like, what are you trying to say? Like, I don't find like
I'm 40 years old. I don't care about the gang culture that much. Like, I don't give a shit, man. Like, I don't care. I don't care. That's really well, man. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't got to break it down for me, man. Like, yeah.
There's concept albums, and then there's things that you do that you've been doing for so long and not doing anything else, and you're starting to turn into like a gimmick type rapper.
This is kind of slowly this is what everybody thinks he on this project. And just look at that. This on average of the songs we've liked and put on the playlist so far. On this project, he's doing exactly what everybody dislikes him for this whole time. The excessive name dropping. I mean, me personally, if I'm listening to a Game album, I know I'm getting excessive name dropping, so I'm not really pointing that out at all. But he's doing that. He's doing jack everybody style. He's either jacking a style and riding the wave or paying homage to some shit. Like, you know, art is theft, right? You know what I mean? You can steal shit, make it your own, put your own twist on it. But sometimes when it's not creative, that's when you fall into that lane where it's like, oh, like this ain't good. Like I enjoy whatever old song, like, you know, like we came up in the late 90s, early 2000s to where we started to formulate our love for music. So of course those things are being remade. Some classic albums. I mean, he had Somehow, Some Way. And I know we'll get to that. The Jay-Z Blueprint 2 song with Scarface, Beanie.
I don't want to get to the whole recap.
We'll get to that. But what I'm saying is, we'll get there. You know, and so, but that's where this is trending to at this point for me.
Yeah. So you had How Far I Came featuring Roddy Ricch. I like this one. This one is going to be added to the playlist.
That made it to the playlist.
Yeah, I thought that was very different. Finally, a song that's kind of separating from the rest of the pack. Heart versus Mind. Nah.
I added that to the playlist. I like that.
You like that one?
It was simple, and he was rapping, and it had a message. You know what I mean? So I'm cool that he had a message, but Simple Beat kind of seemed like he just took it back to, you know, the essence in terms of just, you know, a little boom bap joint, and it was smooth in terms of what he did on it. So I rock with that and added it.
No Smoke at the Polo Lounge featuring Jeremiah. I really like this one. This one got added to the list. Like, I was like, oh man. Initially, like when I read the song title, I'm like, oh, okay, what is that going to be? No More Parties in LA type homage. Because it's just Game. You start to think like, oh, he's going to do some type of homage type beat, or at this point, he kind of gave y'all those. So I'm thinking he's going for an angle, but nope, surprised me. That was good. No Man's Falls featured Pusha T. Love the intro with Pusha T on here. Love the whole song on this. This get added for me.
Same. I added that immediately. Of course, I don't know. I'm a Pusha T stan. But I think he still came with it with the bars and game as well. So that was just a good rap, well put together track to me. So that automatically got added. And I like what both of them were saying on there in terms of just not necessarily rapping about anything mind blowing, but just like the bars and the metaphors and all that. That was there. It was where it's supposed to be in terms of features.
Yeah. Chrome Slugs and Harmony featuring G Herbo and Lil Wayne. Thuggish Ruggish Bone. Bro, I cannot get past this. This is a song of like that we remember.
It's like chalk.
It's so great. It's a masterpiece.
Nails on a chalkboard.
Like it don't need nobody else on it. Like in the second you had them on it, I don't care who you was featuring. All I could do was think about the other song. And I'm like, bro, I gotta get off this because I'm still singing Thuggish Ruggish Bone as is. Without them even was on the track. They didn't do nothing different to this track to make it refresh or nothing like this. They rapping like it was just a wasted feature.
And look who you had on there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, how do you waste those features? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wild. That's wild. Man.
Somebody who didn't grow up on it, maybe somebody younger, they 30s or 20s and stuff like this. They loving that, but I mean, I could not get past it. My mind could not go past that, and that's it was just like I said.
You got to also keep in mind, Prez, that they may be introducing new sounds and to other people, but again, at the ripe age of 42, I can't imagine Game's demographic being that much, too young. You know what I mean? Of course, he has some young guys on here, NBA Youngboy, Roddy Ricch, and several others that are, may attract some younger audiences. But I think his demographic is probably late 20s to, 55. And that's a broad range as well. But a classic is a classic, man. And when you don't come right on a classic, this is the price you have to pay. You know what I mean? It's getting skipped. Next.
Start from Scratch 2, liked it. It's get added to the list.
It didn't make the list for me, but it was, I wasn't mad at it, but it just didn't make my list. So I was kind of in the middle on this one. I probably would have to come back to it to check it out.
What we not gonna do. Track number 16. Didn't really feel it. Fortunate, featuring Kanye West and Drizzy, produced by Timbaland. But you come out here on this track and you tell me this was like a throwaway track that was left over from the other session. So it was a throwaway track. Like some things you don't need to tell. Like I was talking to Cash about this, and I was just like, some things like like even when you give them like a speech or something like that, right? When you give them a speech, they tell you don't tell the crowd anything. Like everything you do, like you're the expert up there. You're the one speaking. So the minute you say, "Oh, I forgot this," or I didn't do this, or "Oh, I don't know where this slide came from," or something like that, like you kind of lose credibility. And at that point, when he told me it was a throwaway song, so it wasn't good enough to be on Kanye, but it's good enough to be on yours. And like this, like you should have just kept that. You should have said this was something we did in the lab, right in the middle of it, or something like this. But the minute you tell me it's a throwaway song, then I kind of lose all respect for it. So it was just like, whatever, just keep your mouth shut sometimes, bro.
And then, Press, how do you waste Timbaland produced beat, or you answer this is a Timbaland produced beat in 2022 as much as, we think it is, you know what I mean? But I guess I don't know. There's neither here nor there. But my whole point is, Press, who's the last guy on that song again? That last feature, like I think he smoked it. You know what I mean in terms of just
Drizzy.
No, it's another person on there. It's 4 people on there, right? Rappers. Got Drizzy, Chiller.
Okay.
I really liked his verse on there. You know what I mean? So I think he came with some fresh bars and energy on there. But I think everybody else on here, man, I wasn't really too much of a fan. So this one did not make my ultimate list in terms of just what's going to be on my condensed version. I think my condensed version is like 10, 11 songs. But again, chasing a sound. You got the producer. I mean, he had a lot going for him. He even got Khaled. I don't even know if we got to that song yet. The Khaled intro.
Nope. We're still moving. Let's keep it going. Still got a long ways to go. We only at 17. At number 18, Ruby's Rose featuring Twista and Jeremiah.
I like this one. I like this one.
This one got added to it. Number 19, Drake with the braids. I don't know why. No, get this out of here.
I don't care. He couldn't make the album. Damn, like it's okay. It's fine. He'll be back. Good.
Yeah. Nikki Beach featuring French Montana and Tory Lanez. It was okay.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not that mad at it. I can hear myself. Happy hour, day party. I can hear this fitting right into the mix. So I'm not mad at it. It didn't make my playlist, but I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. Talk to Me Nice featuring Meek Mill, Moneybagg, Yo, and Blast. All wasted. I didn't feel this one at all.
No, wasn't either. I'm right there with you. I like what Moneybagg Yo did on the track, but everybody else just took too long to get to Moneybagg. If he would have started it off, maybe I would have liked it more. But
here we go again, Cash. Number 22. Money Cash Clothes featuring ASAP Rocky.
Hell no. Nah. Come on, man. Come on, man.
You can do it. The only problem that you got, you're borrowing Money Cash Hoes with DMX and Jay-Z. If you can't do it better, you can't even stay away from it. And you can't. That they killed that. Like, that's done. Like, I couldn't even focus in on all this. Like, I'm like, nah, bro.
All I was doing was comparing you and thinking how bad this is to the original version, the remix with Beanie and Memphis Bleak. Like every version of this prior to you doing it is better. Like some shit you just gotta leave up. Like, so I always say, like, yo, you try it, you know what I mean? But when you try it, like, he's taking a lot of L's on these remakes on here, man. There's probably one or two I was like, all right, cool, I rock with these, you know what I mean? Because they did it some justice, the producer and the lyrics to follow and what they did in the song. But this one right here was not it, man. Like, I can't wait till we get that other one with Ty Dolla $ign. I mean, let's go. Let's keep it
going. All right. Killers featuring Cameron.
Yeah.
Throwing Cameron on here has just been like the magic sauce for everybody, like, as of late, man. Throw Cameron on it.
Talk some shit.
No matter what. It makes all this has been doing well, man. Cameron strikes again. It was good. Killers liked it.
And he was talking his shit on there too. So he sounded good. Like, so the Cam recently, man, on some random joints I've been listening to when people have had Cam featured, I've been enjoying Cam verses. So I may need a Cameron project. I may be the only one asking for one at this point, you know. But Cam, one of my guys.
Keep doing the 3 stacks thing. Keep doing the 3 stacks thing.
Keep your heart 3 stacks. Keep your heart.
Just have us wondering. Just like we'll elevate you to some place you don't even need to be. Like, man, I don't know, man. Killer came back out with another album, man. The way he been killing and been on this run, I think it. Don't prove us wrong by never dropping out. If you don't need to do it, don't do it. Keep making money off features.
I said I'm staying high. Stop. Don't make music.
Hey, I'm saying it'll work for some people. It has worked for some people. We're gonna elevate them. We're gonna have them in a place that, hey, until they come out and prove us wrong, they there.
Okay.
Keep us wanting sometimes. Like,
but this definitely made the playlist.
We had, I ain't got that pause. But we had Cam, in the early 2000s. Then he had this little, a little period where he kind of, wasn't getting as much traction as he was. So kind of went away for a little bit, and now he's coming back and featured right here. But keep him wanting. You know what I mean? That's what I say. I feel you. Keep your money going like this. Then keep that going.
Yeah, I definitely feel you, man. So what we got next up?
The Black Slim Shady. 10 minutes. God damn, bro. Like, you want to listen at a 10-minute freestyle. Drop this shit on YouTube. Let's go on there and listen at it. Go press on the sway or something like this. I understand why you're trying to do it. Controversy sell. I don't know if you want it. This is how you was going to get people to attract you to your album. I don't know where this come from. The beef has been like, same thing we just talked about. 20, 30 years down the road, y'all still, you throw the little jabs. I don't need a diss song And like 1 minute you want to save hip hop, 1 minute you the guardian of hip hop, 1 minute you're hating everybody in hip hop. I don't know where the hell you at, gang. Just let shit go.
I'm cool with having many different emotions and addressing those in the albums because, like, you know, it should be a day in the life. That if you listen to our podcast enough, those are my favorite albums. A day in the life, different emotions going different places, but all just melding it into one. It's just not what Game's doing on this project, right? And again, this is just an old man resorting to antics of a child. You know what I mean? Just trolling because you're not gonna get Eminem like. When you diss somebody, it'll get them out of bed if people are talking about it and it's dope. But if people are just talking about it and this shit is whack, like this is, like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, even Haley was trolling them on Twitter. I don't know if I sent it to you. Like, even Haley was trolling them. Like, you remember when 50 Cent was like, Floyd was talking about me? What the hell? What I do to him? You know what I mean? Like, what I do to him? So she did like a little voiceover with that. But that's exactly how I was thinking. Like, yo, did I miss something? Like I be on social media. I'm active. So I can see the tea leaves and shit's starting to happen. I never heard of these two old motherfuckers beefing. And if they've been beefing behind the scenes, guess what? In 2022, as much as I love beef records and diss records and guys going at it on wax, this is one. I don't want to see guys going back and forth, especially if it's sparking 10-minute diss songs. This is not 2005. This ain't 2005, niggas. I mean, motherfuckers don't want to hear 10-minute diss songs, bro. Like, that's, you're already at hour and 55 minutes. Why are we doing this? You extending my listening experience more than, and this is bad so far. Like, but I'm listening out of respect.
Who had the song like where it was late in the album and then they started featuring a bunch of like artists? You know, they had a bunch of artists on there doing like a 1 minute freestyle. That was Big Sean, right?
Oh yeah, that was the song that would never end with all the Detroit.
Like when it's going like 10 minutes and stuff like that. Like, okay, I'm getting different styles, but just that one dude freestyling all about Slim Shady and like,
he obsessed.
How many times we'd have heard all his background? We know all the stuff that he does wrong. He done came out and talked about all the stuff he does. His whole music catalog is about how fucked up his life is. So what are you trying to say? What are we saying about Eminem anymore, man?
Like, well, this ain't
just let him be at this point,
right? Damn, let him pop out when he pop out. Let him put out deluxe albums we don't want to listen to, or or remake. Like some cats is just they legends. They doing what they do. But this is just like, yeah, man, moving on. This is like one of the worst diss songs I've ever heard. Like, for real.
We stopped them all this time. You think this is the one that's about to make everybody expunge it. Bro, if like you ain't called him in the middle or something, then I don't know if that's even gonna get it, man. Like, whatever. He had his little secret diss tapes drop like this. I don't know. It was just pointless to me. Stupid featuring Big Sean. Didn't really like it. 38 Special featuring Blueface. I kind of like that one. I like that. Twisted, number 27. Save the Best for Last featuring Rick Ross.
I like this one. No,
I'm like the flip with the somehow, some way.
I like the flip.
Once again, nope. I hear it in the background. I'm like, nope, you didn't do it better. Nope, don't want to hear it.
They definitely didn't do it better, but they didn't do it bad. At this point in the album, I'm like, man.
I think you just got defeated. You were just like, I don't want to argue no more. This is halfway decent. I'm good.
You at least try. Pat you on the back. Good job, son. You know what I mean?
29, A Farthest Prayer.
I can fuck with this. Yeah.
And then Universal Love featuring Chris Brown, Janet Jackson. Got It Till It's Gone.
Another remake. I'm not mad at.
I wasn't mad at this one. Okay, it was because it was like an R&B song. You throw in like some hip hop mixture to it. So okay, I can get with that one.
Yeah. So I rock with that, man. But yeah.
Overall, Cash. I think I can pull an album out of here. I'm going to make a playlist. I think this is going to go just like we had to do with the Kendrick, just like I had to do with the Blueprint too. I'm going to make a solid album out of this. And it's what I should have got from Game. I'm still upset that he dropped.
I'm upset. I'm upset he did this.
And forced me to listen to 2.5 hours.
Now I gotta hear all these. I gotta hear all these motherfuckers that talk crazy about Game as if he's not like really dope. Now you got some justification. Yeah, now, yep. I got no defense because your most current album is terrible as a whole. I gotta accept it as a 30-song album. I can't blueprint to it and cut it down, you know what I mean, into 10, which I'm going to do because there is some value in some of these songs. And so just, I'm gonna rock out to my 10, 11 songs and just not going to bring them up in conversations for album of the year. And then just probably going to be just for my own personal enjoyment. So that's where this Drillmatic, Heart versus the Mind is going to live. Easily forgettable album. Easily.
Yeah, I'm a little bit different than most people, man. Like, you make a good album. If you try to trail off later on in your career, I don't let it bother me. You go get locked up in jail or something like this, but it didn't happen when this album came out or whatever. I ignore that. People sit here, they they want to down certain people and say this person wrong, but then you got somebody who got 2 murders on them, and then they still saying like they the best, they repping their name. So it's kind of give and take on what you're gonna tell me. I can't listen to R. Kelly, but I can listen to this guy, who done killed 2 other people, and in jail right now for the rest of his life. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I don't let that bother me. What I'm getting at to say is Game still got Jesus Piece to me. Classic. Utter classic for me. It's always going to be up there. I will sing to the high heavens about that album. I love it. Every time I listen to it, go back to it, I like that it was a concept that he played all the way through, crafted a great classic album, in my opinion, on that. He has had, 1992, like that one. What's the last one that he had with the baby moms all on it?
I'm looking at that album. I like that album. Like, a lot of people,
those are good albums. You know what I'm saying? Though, I would say Jesus Piece is like the classic for me. Like, and all the other ones have been good albums. Born
to Rap is the album you were thinking about, and that too. 25 songs, hour and 30 minutes. So that too was a really long song, but long album. But I liked that album when it first came out a lot more than this. It didn't feel. It just didn't feel the same. Like, this one just seemed like, he's just tossing it out there and seeing where it lands. This one, the Born to Rap, with him saying it was
art. Yeah. It's all art. I mean, he put it out here. Who knows if it was in the business deal or he truly liked these. So this may end up being somebody's favorite album. I don't know. That's your little concept. But out of the Game, this one's going to be low on the list for me out of the albums that he have. Like I said, he can't, no matter what it does, it still ain't going to take away from the albums that I love from Game. So, yeah, this is overall going to get condensed down to a playlist, and then I suggest my playlist if you're going to listen to this album.
Overall, I'm disappointed. I don't suggest you listen to this album and have to whittle it down to a playlist unless you're a Game fan. Like, don't pass this up. I'm not suggesting this to nobody. Next up, man, we got Black Thought, man.